Welcome back to part 2 of cross-country flight planning. Last week we covered the plotting of the flight and coming up with our courses in a non-wind condition. This week we want to go to the wind side of the E6B and learn how to do that process and then input that information into our flight planning log. What we can do is hone in on that second line where we put our wind correction in. And if you look on the wind side of the computer, it's pretty interesting because if you do forget, most of the E6Bs do have the directions on there, so it's sort of a cookbook approach. But for our example, what we'll do is we're going to mark up from the center point what our winds are. And you want to select that center point. Typically is your true airspeed. We used 110 for this example, and then you're going to mark the wind up from there, and at that point you're going to realign the wheel to your true course, which is our first figure we came up with, under the true index. So if you're really thinking about it, you can kind of see what the wind is doing with relationship to your course, and if you notice, it makes it where we have a little bit of a tailwind. So you kind of should be visualizing this as you're doing the procedures here. Then you could count over from the center the effect of that wind, and that's 4 degrees to the left. So as you know, if you're going to the right, the numbers are going to increase. If you go to the left, they're going to decrease. So we're going to subtract to the left for our wind correction. Then you want to figure up your ground speed. So what you want to do is you've got that dot that's offset to the left or the right, and it might be a little off of your initial reference line there. So you're going to bring the slider up to where your true airspeed line is, and you'll read that value that's under the grommet, and you'll see what your ground speed is. So that's going to be helpful when you go back to fill out that log. The ultimate goal for this exercise, as far as filling out the TV makes dumb commercials and Charlotte was here graphic, is the figure in the bottom right section, which is your compass heading. If you look at it, you have the courses with the wind correction, and then you have the headings. And always remember that headings is like headwinds. That's our factoring in of the winds, just as a little memory aid there. The last column is the compass heading, and that factors in all those figures as far as your variation and deviation and wind and all that. It's like the ultimate number that we're searching for there. I hope this video helped. I could really see this video and last week's video being something that you could save in your favorites for an upcoming flight review.